right now. All right, so we've kind of walked around the garage, and kind of answered that question. Yes, I do have a piano down here in the garage. I write a lot of stuff on it. Oh, and to also answer the type of amp I have, this is just I use this for live shows too. I love it. It's a Super Crush 100 orange, amazing sound. When I go into recording, it's either that or a Marshall JCM 900. I'll generally run through this beautiful cab right here, this PV, which has been re-speakered up with Celestian speakers. Can't remember which one, but what type, but they re-speakered up. Anyways, let's get to it. So some of these magazines, if you follow me on my Instagram channel, you'll notice, hey, Timmy, you've done this magazine before. Yes, but because we're doing this series here on YouTube, let's get to it. We have March of 1996. This was the very first magazine that I actually purchased. This is not the exact one. This is a copy of it, obviously. But it is an N-scale layout that inspired a lot of my early model railroading, just how well it was done, the type of ballast that was used, just the scenery on such a, it is such a grand scale on such a small scale. N-scale layout on a 5x7 railroad. We'll take a look at that. There are links to this railroad in particular. I've got to go find them. I'll put them on the descriptions. And then obviously we have Trains, the Tower Tribute, CSX's Last String, LA Mission Tower, photo section, Where They Survive. Pretty cool. April of 95. So obviously some of these might have been torn down by now. And then March of 91. So we're hanging out in the 90s. But yeah, my grandma took me down to the mall, or should I say I took her down to the mall. We both got on the city bus, 115, down to Parkway Plaza Mall, and went to, I think it wasn't even, maybe it was Barnes & Nobles. It was one of the bookstores. There was like 2 bookstores in the mall at the time. And saw this magazine. She's like, do you want that? I was like, yeah, oh my gosh. I love Model Railroader magazine. And so, boom. And then from this, as you could see, that's March of 96, I ordered Model Railroader magazine and started getting them. That was the first subscription I had, or the first year subscription I had, started in at the end of 96, but really 97. So my first actual subscriber magazine, I asked my parents for Christmas, and they got me a subscription to Model Railroader. Not a lot of money, but enough to buy a couple gifts and get your kid a subscription. Model Railroader is the coolest thing. I couldn't wait. Every single month, a new Model Railroader magazine. Cool stuff. And now look, I have more magazines than I know what to do with. This is just 1/100th of the collection that is stored over there behind those chairs and in that corner behind all that S. Can you see some of that stuff? Oh my God. In totes. All right, let's get to it. March 96. Let's rock. We'll zoom in a little bit here. Let's see what's going on at the beginning. Let's see what our advertisements are. Ooh, sticky pages. Somebody was having their way on this mag. Oh my God. Atlas Zen Scale Jeep 7 Phase 2s. Oh my God, I need it. Oh, after my own heart. Toad's favorite. I remember this article. Los Angeles Junction. That's a CF7. Painted in the Santa Fe yellow bonnet, which is another t-shirt that I'm going to be posting on the Railroads Rock Show merch page. I'm going to do a yellow bonnet t-shirt. Pretty cool. That's rad stuff. This is a beautiful picture. Wow. So some really, really amazing articles in this one, but we're just going to go right to page number, I can't even, look at this. Jeep 30s arrived. This has got to be, what is it, Lifelike? Challenger Imports. Is it Lifelike? Who is this? I don't even know. What? Oh, it's brass. So cool, though. Love Jeep 30s. Let's back out a little bit. Take a look at this magazine. Look at all the advertisements. Buy stuff, buy stuff, buy stuff. Oh, wow, another fun story. First actual, when I became a member at the La Mesa Model Railroad Club back in 96, middle of 96, the first unit I got was 8125-9. This is Athearn Blue Box. I got it, I sold off a couple of N-scale things that I had, and then took the rest of it into reeds and got like $30 or something. But wasn't enough to purchase one of these because I think at the time it was like $60-something. Let's see if they have an MSRP on here. Look at that. Yeah, look at that, $56.50. So it was like $60 to get one of these. And I mean, I detailed up this engine as best as I could, put a Details West snowplow on it, took the ditch lights, glued them on the upper deck, repainted them. Yeah, did the best I could. Put in the air piping along the side because you'd have the air piping. Put in, I actually remember getting some plastic off of some sort of a package for like a G.I. Joe or something that my little brother got, and using the plastic and cutting out the windows perfectly to sit flush in this guy, and then putting on all the grab irons, drilling out the holes with a little pin drill. So cool. God, man, that was on the front of every train I did. Every train I ran over the hill. I loved it. Look at how old school that was. I remember pulling off the wiper blades and actually hardwiring it in, soldering in the nose light, and then gluing it right up against the front on the hood so you'd get a nice good glow as you'd increase. There's a picture of the prototype. Beautiful looking paint scheme on a beautiful looking locomotive. And if you watch some of the stuff on YouTube of right at the last days of Southern Pacific, the AC 4400s and those Dash 9s were just something else. They still look damn good. And the SD 70Ms as well. And there it is, advertising it. Boom. 8125. And then you still got an old school Burlington Northern. Look, it still had that wide nose with the pull-off roof. Ugh. But a little Tropicana. Got to have some juice to get loose. Speaking of which, got to go drink some orange juice. I love orange juice. Now this is the article that changed it all right here. Look at this. On a grand scale, look at how well that backdrop. That is a painted backdrop, by the way. If you read the article, it explains. Yeah, painted this whole thing, and it's just, God, to be a master artist and be able to paint like that, you know. You got a nice little lake up in front. Something else, man. Master model railroader, master artist. But at your fishing club, you wouldn't be considered the master baiter, or would you? Haha, a little bit of joke there. Rate at PG. Maybe even PG-13 for that joke. Nice. That's a really cool station. This is all in N scale, mind you. And it still looks damn good. Damn good. Look at that. Really tight project. Love this. I told this story the other day, but there's a guy down at the Model Railroad Museum who all he ran was 35s and 30 in N scale at the N scale club. And he used to get a string of like 7 or 8 of them together. And it just looked really cool. And he'd have a long coal train just hauling over there. I mean, look at that. That is looking through. There's like a high ridge right here on this mountain. And then the way this picture's taken, as you can see right here, it's just looking right past that onto the lake. God, what a beautiful shot. This article, and you could see, look at how tight that layout is. You know, and it's very clean looking too. Look at the side paneling. All the fascia is cut to match the scenery. Oh, man. And I actually have a layout that semi-emulated that. I did a little N-scale layout not too long ago. You can go back on my Instagram page and you could see some video and stuff of it. Oh boy, the trash truck is here. Cool. All right, it's going to get loud. But I don't care. Here's LAJ. Let's take a quick look at this. Now, this is just a drawing. Obviously, you could see pictures from around town. Not as easy. This is not pre-internet, but right as the budding internet is happening, so you can't just look up pictures of stuff. So to have these as references, if you did not live in LA, this could kind of expand your mind and let you, you know, take a look at some of the industries there, present and ready to go. Obviously, you can see Hobart Tower there, a little UP-8 leading the charge, which looks to be an SD60M right behind it. But here, I love these, the old CF7s, and you got 2 of them right there from Atchison and Topeka and Santa Fe. And this is looking over that district. There's the LA River, and just all too familiar with that. Living in LA for 14 years, you just get used to all the BS. But you could see right there, Vernon, Bell, you got C Yard, A Yard, B Yard, Bell Yard, Commerce. Very familiar with Commerce because what do you got? what now is the Union Pacific main line, but Southern Pacific right there. Look at that, Santa Fe. And there's the 5 freeway. It goes right under there, and then you have Commerce Yard, and then you have all this BS back in there, which is still very much back in there. There's just a lot of crap. Man. Anyways, moving on. I mean, there's tons more of this magazine. Maybe we'll look at Along the Line when we finish up. That's how we'll finish, with the Along the Line. All right, let's go to the trains, the Tower Tribute. This is 95. Good for us. Look at that. Executive. Gotta love that Grinstein Green. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Got a nice Alco right there. Just leading the charge. You can tell that's an S4. A little bit cleaner. It's the bigger smokestack right there. You got an M-Track speed unit right there. New duty, new look. The Empire Corridor. That is one hell of a looking piece of equipment right there. And obviously some more equipment over there. More equipment over there. And look at that. Brand new Dash 9 with the Canadian front on it. Does it have the 6 lights? No, it just has the regular ditch light package. On the BC rail, they also had the fog lights down low that kind of looked like a, you know, somebody who had got hit on the head really hard and couldn't see straight anymore. And this old Fairbanks and Morse unit. Or no, that's a U-boat. High hood U-boat? I can't tell. Look at that. What are we guessing? Is that a Jeep 10 or a Jeep 20? I'm saying Jeep 10. Let's look. It's Jeep 10. Originally a C&O Jeep 9. Yeah, they did the rebuilds and they had this, whatever that blower housing was. Oh yeah, just weld that to the top. Wow. Really cool. Piece of heavy GE equipment right there for transporting large transformers and all that other bullshit. And then, well, obviously Hammersley iron. Got a couple Dash 9s. They got the extra welded center rod along the walkway. This is kind of an earlier version, so it still looks a lot like an original Dash 9, except for the teardrop window. Kind of intriguing. Instead of the flat across window, they added a little teardrop. But had the 3-window side package there. Really cool. Super tint on the windows because it gets hot out there. And, of course, we go to M-Track. That's nice. They're doing their What's Left of the Tower special. I can't even find the page here. Let's see if my fingers will catch. Look at that. Got a nice little switch tower there. So cool. Still got people in there working the switches along the line. I mean, probably not anymore, obviously. But, you know, this is still mid-90s. And that's the M-Track, rocking and rolling. Probably a bunch of other cool articles that I'd really love to dig through. You could see some of the ones that are wasted. They're not there anymore. I don't know. Man. I mean, so many of them got torn down. It's just like, man, why? I mean, I know why. Because they're worth nothing. They're pieces of S. But, man, to save a little piece of history, that'd be cool. M-Track. All right, moving on. Look at that. Volume 4. What is that? Is that Pentrex? Yes. Maybe we'll watch that. Got the GS4 on there. And we finish up with the F40 PH from M-Track. You see that F40 PH modeling. Gotta love it. This is really well done. All of the grab irons done right. They got the little squiggly grab irons on the top. There's got to be a reason for that, but I'm just going to say, you know, somebody has a little panache. I always like these units. They had the menacing, just the paint scheme on them was very, very burly, very menacing, very bold, especially with this big red class light on the front, or tail light, I should say. And I love the flashers on these things. There's a fella down at the club, what's his name, Vic Yoder. He has a set of those that just look premium. But look at that. And obviously, this is taken from your kit bashing, or you're putting together a better version of this. It almost looks like, especially from the crappy fans on the top, and I think those were actually correct. Maybe. But it looks like he took like a crappy lifelike unit and then just kind of reworked it. I don't know. I'm going to have to read this article. But, I mean, really reworked it. I mean, redid all the Undercarriage. It looks like it used an Athearn, Jeep 40 base. And then you just come in and you just redo all this S to get it looking amazing. Good God. Look at that. It's a great picture of that. And here's a good shot of it actually on a layout. Well done. I mean, for back in the day, what year is this again? 91. Yeah. It wasn't really a model unless you were doing brass. It wasn't really anybody who offered that. And I don't even think brass offered it. But then again, I was a teeny tiny little child spec at that time. So look at this. What is this all about? LA's LRVs. Is this really Los Angeles? No way. Los Angeles. This is when the Metro looked real and new. Look at that kit bashing narrow gauge hopper guards. And I love that crappy little diesel. God, I love tiny little diesels. The little engines that could. Detailing some Reddings Jeep 40-2s. Look at how good those look on that layout. Got a little house here. This is a really cool Superior Northern Railway. That's a nice little design of a layout. I wonder if that's like a contiguous running or if this is... I'm going to have to look into that. Really cool shot. Or maybe this is this that train that goes over itself? Who knows? But damn, these are some great pictures. All right, well, we're going to finish this one out. Thanks for tuning in to another Magazine Monday. It's a sticky magazine. Along the line, here we go, the glory days of the passenger station. Seems like we've been getting a lot of these lately. The beautiful station of Faubourg, France, epitomizes what many feel a passenger station should look like. The station building itself highlights German architecture. Yeah, the Germans, the Markland. They built the Markland station. A remnant of the Prussian rule from 1871 to 1918. The grand train shed was built later, after World War II. After all the bombs fell. Too soon? Not soon enough? I don't know. By the French administration of Chemin de Fer d'Est. I can't read. And of France. Chemin de Fer d'Est. Scenes like this are still common in Europe, through which out the steam power and are reminders of the grand stations that could once be found across the United States. Really cool. What a great picture. Europe, the train, Poste de France, the Poste de France. Beautiful. All right, well, hope you guys had a fun one. A little bit of Kato, steam, nice. Get yourself a Tech 2. Once again, you could find these. We did March 96, April 95 trains, railroad model Craftsman 91. And just remember, the most important signal you get is going to be your next one. Have a wonderful day, ladies and gentlemen.